the brand new BMW M5 saloon. Exciting! I'll just give you a moment to take that in before I tell you about the big thing. So, the big thing. Well, the big thing is that this big thing is the most powerful BMW M5 ever made. Yay! But the other big thing is that this is a big plug-in hybrid thing. Boo.
Except not, oh no, because in making this a hybrid and the first electrified M5, BMW has given it 727 horsepower. That's 110 more than the outgoing M5 competition. And it's got 1,000 Newton meters of torque. That's bigger torque than a boxing press conference.
And not only that, but the hybrid setup is a direct relation to the BMW M hybrid endurance racer. Nice. And take a look at this. This, my petrol-headed friends, is a V8, a high-revving 4.4 litre turbo V8, and probably the last petrol engine we're going to see in an M5, V8 or otherwise.
So we should really just enjoy it and think about the drivetrain as a turbo V8 with another turbo on it. A massive electric one that's worth 197 horsepower on its own. A zero emissions blast of nitrous, if you like. All that power goes through an 8-speed automatic gearbox and a 4-wheel drive system, meaning this M5 gets to 62 miles an hour in just 3.5 seconds. And with the optional M drivers package onto 189 miles an hour. But wait!
No, really, wait. You see batteries, electric motors, 4-wheel drive systems, luxury interior stuff, that all equals weight. I mean, guess how much this thing weighs? If you guess 2 tons, you'd be lucky. 2.5 tons. To give you a practical visualization, think a Nissan Qashqai with a Citroen Ami on top, and another Citroen Ami on top of that, and then a couple of deck chairs on top of that, and then Jedwood sitting in them. That's how much this weighs.
Time will tell whether M Division's handling department have won the battle against that weight, but it's definitely going to have an impact. Less so on the environment, of course, which is exactly why it's happened. The good thing is, the M5 here can do up to 43 miles using the electric motor alone, and at speeds up to 87 miles an hour. And while BMW hasn't said how many mpgs it can do yet, its CO2 emissions are just 39 grams per kilometre. That's the same number as a BMW 330e, which claims 217 miles per gallon. So here you have it, a 200 miles per gallon M5, basically. BMW quoted 27 miles per gallon for the last M5, FYI. You'll get nowhere near 200 miles per gallon from this in real life, probably nearer to 50 miles per gallon. But for a 727 horsepower super saloon, that's still amazing. All of a sudden, an M5 looks like a semi-feasible company car, attractive even.
But is it actually attractive? Let's have a look at some details. The C-pillar is specific to the M5, as is this rather nice embossed M5 badge. Very chunky wheel arches, which means that the wheels can be pushed out wider, which is good for better handling. Notice how small the gap is between the wheels and the wheel arches. Lowered and adaptive M suspension as standard. Carbon ceramic brakes are optional. 20-inch wheels at the front, 21-inch wheels at the back, and a carbon roof to reduce weight. Although in a car like this, that's a little bit like sprinkling kale on top of a Mars bar and calling it healthy. The main news at the front is that the M5 doesn't have that ginormous snout that you see on the M3 and M4, but it does have a rather nice illuminated kidney grille. And of course, the tail end is finished with the classic quad tailpipes and this contrasting coloured diffuser. It's not quite as dramatic as the front end, but I think it looks very nice.
It is wider too, and longer. In fact, compared to a standard 5 Series, the M5 is stretched out in every way bar height. It's even got a slightly longer wheelbase, which should mean it's a little bit more spacious.
It's definitely spacious. It feels huge in here, front and back. Now, the 5 Series interior has always been very nice, one of the best of all cars' interiors, so they didn't have to do an awful lot to make this feel particularly special. Fully customizable light bar, which has a very fun party trick. When you press the hazards, ta-da! The little things. M5 specific things include the seats, which are actually surprisingly comfortable, rather like the illuminated M5 badge. Nice gear selector, proper M Sport steering wheel with very tactile paddles, and these M mode buttons with their relative graphics. Yeah, it all feels very nice in here.
Yeah, this might be a super efficient plug-in hybrid now, but it's still a serious performance car at heart. Dig into the M modes and you can adjust the engine response, steering feel, gear shift, suspension settings, traction control, and even send 100% of the power to the rear wheels. A boost mode turns the electric motor up to 11 for short bursts of maximum power. On a more day-to-day level, it's packed with comfort and safety stuff. Head-up display, augmented reality navigation, self-parking, Bowers & Wilkins surround sound system, 4-zone climate, in-car gaming, basically all the stuff you'd expect from a top-of-the-range 5 Series that's going to cost well into 6 figures.
Top of the range? Yes. But an M5 is supposed to feel more than that. Any 5 Series with an M Sport kit is meant to feel top of the range, and most of them are more than fast enough these days. So what's going to make this feel even more special?
Lots, as it goes. The 4-wheel drive system is rear biased. The steering has been tuned for maximum feel and efficiency, including rear wheel steering. The engine cooling system is track optimised. The chassis is stiffer than the outgoing M5s. And because its heartbeat is ultimately a 4.4 litre V8, it won't sound like your average plug-in hybrid.
But that's the thing, isn't it? It's really complicated now. In theory, BMW have brought us the old and the new and pulled them together. A big fat old engine plus electrification. They might have just brought us the best of both worlds. And a CS version after that. Apparently it's starting its diet on Monday.